Let's talk about Arkansas, Sam Pittman, Taylon Green, and what the hell is going to happen with the Razorbacks in 2025. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If you're into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question in the comments below. What do you think Arkansas's record's going to be at the end of 2025? Because I can't really call it except to say it's real difficult to beat Arkansas. It's always been difficult to beat Arkansas. But given what the SEC has shown it's capable of doing, you could go either way. Remember, this is a team last year that I felt very good about, and then they take that just devastating loss to Oklahoma State, who turned out to not be any good. But you could see what they could become. Like, Taylon Green is dumb athletic. Like, we know this. He's also the guy that can lead you to a win against Tennessee that Malachi Singles can finish off for you, but he played really well in that game. People forget this. And they can also be the team that gets absolutely positively destroyed by Ole Miss. So last year, I think it was interesting that in Athlon Sports' anonymous SEC coaches speak, the coaches see what I saw, which is they did enough to keep Sam Pittman off the hot seat. I think it's getting close here. There are a lot of people that just can't stand Sam Pittman there. I'm not one of them. I love Sam. I believe in Sam. He's one of my favorite coaches ever. But I also recognize that if you're Arkansas, you don't want to be stuck in 6, 7, 8 win purgatory. And every now and again, when you jump up and get nine wins, you feel good about that. But in this league, given what it is from top to bottom, right, it's just hard, man. And this year, Arkansas's got Notre Dame on the schedule. You add Notre Dame to an already pretty tough SEC schedule. The strength of schedule argument is never going to be that difficult to make if you're Arkansas. That's the nice thing about it. Arkansas is also like Oklahoma, like Nebraska, where you got one team that everybody roots for, like the pro team. So the pressure to win is even bigger in states like Arkansas and Mississippi and Oklahoma and Nebraska and Kansas than it is Iowa, anywhere else. Because just what college football can mean for your community, the cottage industries that are around it, the way that sports really make things go. If you're talking about Arkansas, you're talking about football, basketball, track and field, baseball. They're really great in those 4 areas. I remember running track over at Arkansas. Just one of my favorite places to go because the indoor was always great, the outdoor was always great. Everybody was always fast because that's what you recruit to Arkansas. But what did the coaches have to say? So look, they need better offensive line play, and they don't have SEC-level talent on the defensive front. It's true. They got to go develop that, but they have been broke the last couple of years, so they can't go out and get those guys that, say, LSU has been able to go get, or even Ole Miss has been able to get. You give Sam Pittman some of the players that Lane Kiffin's been able to get to the SIP, you're talking about a different Arkansas football team. But offensive line play is his bread and butter, and I expect them to be good, but they just haven't been that great. Some of this is Taylon Green, some of this is offensive line. Last year, they did just enough to keep Sam Pittman off the hot seat, but it will be just as difficult this season. The receivers are solid. Taylon Green is solid, but they couldn't protect him, and they would get into trouble on third and obvious situations. I don't think they're competing at a top level in NIL right now. It's one of the things I mentioned. You look at the portal exits, and really hard for a mid to low tier program in this league to sustain bowl eligibility with this many extra holes to fill. If they can find a better O-line, I think the offense can carry them back to 6 or 7 win level. Again, 6 or 7 win level is what you expect from Arkansas. It's not what they want. What they want is to be in the mix for the college football playoff. We know that the SEC is strong with 16 teams. A quarter of those teams in any given year can get into the college football playoff. So what you're asking Arkansas to do is be what Tennessee was last year. Can you rise to that level? Can you get to that level? Can you get to a place where we think you're one of the 12 best teams in the sport? To do that, I think Arkansas would need to take some really important pelts from this season because, well, the schedule is the schedule. Like I mentioned, Notre Dame's on the schedule, but I just want to go through it so everybody understands. You got to give me with Alabama A&M to start. I really love that they play an HBCU. Then you got Arkansas State. You ought to beat them, but that's going to be about pride. You can expect the Red Wolves to show up for that one. Then you're at Ole Miss, which is just not going to be easy. You're going to get Austin Simmons, who's going to be in year one, but what we saw last year, that dude can sling it. You're at Memphis. That's a tough game. Ryan Silverfield has been doing a really great job of developing them into what we think of as kind of a Big 12 team, and probably should be a Big 12 team, what should be a Power 4 team. So that's not going to be simple. Like, this is a team that could absolutely have you put money in the bag going there. Then you got Notre Dame in Arkansas. Got to win that game. You win that game, everything turns around. It's not going to be as big as beating Tennessee last year, but it could be because you got Tennessee. Then you're at Tennessee in the next game. Then you're A&M, then Auburn, Mississippi State, at LSU, at Texas, at Missouri. There are really 3 games, maybe 4, depending on how you feel about LSU, that you could expect Arkansas to be really in doubt. But Missouri can't be one of those. Auburn can't be one of those. A&M can't be one of those. I don't think Tennessee can be, but that's the one I'm going to pick. Because you beat Notre Dame, you beat Tennessee, you beat LSU and or Texas. You've had a great season. It's, are you going to drop a game to Memphis? Are you going to drop a game to Missouri? Are you going to drop a game that you shouldn't, or a game that you should never have lost, like Oklahoma State, where you had a lead there and kept running the football? I realize that there have been some ins and outs at Arkansas and that they have been slow about adapting to the times. They're expecting guys to stay loyal that aren't, and they're expecting guys to work out that haven't, like Luke Haas, for instance. You're going to have to hit on somebody. Like, they hit on Jaquindon Jackson, but it was a little late there, right? Then you're able to find playmakers on the outside. You're able to find other playmakers down your depth chart. You got to identify those guys earlier. You got to get them playing quicker. I really think that this is also going to be Taylor Green's magic year, if you're going to have one, because it's all coming together now. And if it's all coming together now, then Arkansas could be in position to do something they've never done before, which is win the SEC championship. I'm not ready to say they're going to do that because that would be irresponsible, frankly. But you can see the schedule they put together here. There's no Georgia here. There's no Alabama here. There's no – the toughest team on their schedule is Texas. At Texas is going to be tough, right? Notre Dame. Those are the 2 where you would expect, damn, that's going to be really tough sledding. But you can stay in a game with LSU. You can stay in a game with Tennessee. You can stay in a game with A&M. If you go 10-2 with this schedule, it's going to be really difficult for people to make an argument that you're not one of the 12 best teams in college football. Will you play for the SEC championship? Probably not. But again, take a look around. No Florida. No Alabama. No Georgia. These are good things for you. No South Carolina. Hello. These are good things, okay? I realize the schedule looks tough because it is tough. But that's also just playing the SEC. You're going to run into 3 or 4 of these teams that are monsters, that are top 25 teams. That's what you want to do. That's where you want to be. So you know that the table is there for you. You don't have to make an argument like Boise State or like any other group of 5 team or even a Big 12 team. You've got it all out in front of you. All you got to do is execute early and often. If they get rolling, you get to Notre Dame undefeated. You got a shot. You got a real shot. People want Arkansas to be in that game because you're going to show us something about, the team that also has a new starter at quarterback, CJ Carr, coming off of a national championship game. You're going to get to show, are we the team that we think we are? Honestly, do we have what it takes? And if you decide that you don't want to be that team or you haven't done enough to be that team and you win 6-7 games, you go bowling, is that going to be enough to keep Sam Pittman in his job? I'm not sure, quite frankly. I don't know who else you would go get. Like, I realize that there are people that are already talking about elevating Bobby Petrino, but you've done that before. I don't know that you want to do that again, and retreads aren't always the best way to go. As a matter of fact, I would never put retreads on my vehicles. I just wouldn't. Those tires are done. Go get a new set of tires, right? Go get you some all-terrain Toyos, put them on your Tundra, put the 4-inch lift kit on it, make sure that you got 37s on there, and go have some fun trying to figure out a different way to get up that mountain than going back to something that worked in 2011 that can't work today. We're a totally different sport. Totally different sport. You have to be able to move forward. There are guys out there that I think you could take a look at, but are they going to be as good as Sam Pittman is for you, and are they going to want this job as much as Sam Pittman seems to want this job? These are all good questions to ask. I would love to know the answers, but for now, get off to a fast start. Win all 3 of your non-conference games. Win them, right? See what you can do. Get past Ole Miss. I think you got a shot after that. Then wait and see. Arkansas, you know how much I like you. You know how much I want you to do well. Cash in. Now's the time. Have your moment.